It's not even early. I'm just tired. Let's get ready to run. In March 2025, my life was changed forever. I sustained a brain injury that damaged my white matter and disconnected several regions of my brain. It changed me, and it changed my life. It took away my past. I no longer know what it feels like to have dated my wife, be a runner, or to grow up with my siblings or be raised by my parents. My life became a series of isolated snapshots rather than things that I felt like I had ever experienced. My memories were turned into raw facts without any context, like reading a book about a stranger.
We got Tyler Carey coming in from Boston. We got Tyler!
Now for the post-run Chobani. So now I kind of live with a permanent disconnection from my whole history, and I don't really have the ability to create a new history. I'm permanently stuck in the present moment without really much context as to who I am, what my purpose is, and why I'm here. But what I do know about the old me is that I love to run. Even though I can't really remember what made me love it, I still do it almost every day. It feels like a place where the old me and the new me finally meet. It's like that flow state that you hit when running. It almost feels like the one familiar place, the one thing that hasn't changed. It's the same flow state from before this injury, from before this changed who I was. The old me experienced this, the new me experiences it too. So it's like we're in the same world again. It's something that I just hold on to, and something that could stay the same even when everything else has changed. Before my brain injury, I'd run the Cape Cod Marathon in Falmouth, Massachusetts. It was my first marathon, and I was planning to run 3:15, but somehow I ended up running 2:56. I think part of why I ran so fast was because I knew I was proposing to my fiance at the time and now wife, Mary.
And counter challenge.
I don't really remember what that was like now, and it doesn't feel like something that actually happened to me or something that I did. But I know for a fact that it was the best day of my life. And I think that's why I hold on to running now. I know how much it meant to me. How it wasn't only about hitting a time goal or getting faster, but about love and connection. It was about all the people who come out to support you, and those same people who support me now through something very different. I know I had a major goal throughout my running journey, and that was to BQ. I live in Boston, so BQing meant all of that to me. It was a huge achievement, a time goal to hit, and a prestigious race to run in. But it also meant running in my home city, a place I felt connected to, a place that I loved where I could run with the support of the locals, my friends, and my family. despite no longer really having a connection to my old self's why, and not really being able to build a connection to that why now that I've been cut off from the context of my running journey and my history with Boston. It's something that I decided that I didn't want to let this injury take from any part of me. So I decided to create a new why, and it's pretty simple. For who I was, for what remains. Alright, so my name is Tyler, once a normal dude, now an amnesiac with no connection to his past. Yeah, it's a shitty thing to say, and a shitty thing to admit. So this series is going to cover a lot in how things have changed since my injury, like how my relationship with running has changed, and really my relationship with the whole world, where I live, the people in my life. Because essentially it's like waking up in a 30-year-old body, and I was handed a list of facts about here are the things that you did in life, and here are the people in your life, and I don't have any of the lived experience of that. It's like I was just given a script of like, here's who you're supposed to be, but I don't have the past 30 years of my life. I don't feel like I was ever there for any of them. That goes for things since the incident too, where essentially I wake up every day and the previous day is just another bullet point on that list rather than a day that I had experienced. So I'm kind of like always being reset to a blank slate with more information to go off of, but none of the experience. So that changes a lot, and it brings into question for me, like, what was the point? What's the point of running? What's the point of doing anything? I'm never gonna feel like a runner. How do you love and stay committed to someone that you feel like you're meeting for the first time every day? And why be there for family that you feel no attachment to? These are dark thoughts to have, but it became my reality to kind of question that. Throughout the series, I'll touch on the answers that I found to those questions. I think throughout this series, you might start to look at your own life and your own relationships and maybe your own relationship to running and learn something new, something about when everything else is stripped away and you're left with what's at the bottom of everything, what's actually left. Okay, so let's try to get out of the deep philosophical stuff for now, and let's talk about running. So my goal is to run 250. I think that'll give me somewhat of a close buffer to qualify for Boston, like making it below the cutoff. I say 250, but I feel like when I'm actually at the race, I might try to aim for closer to like 248, 246, but 250 is like the goal right now. My best marathon time is 256, so it's still a pretty steep goal for me. And I haven't, this has been the toughest year ever where running wasn't really something that I was like hardcore training for. I've just been kind of running for the sake of running, I guess. And more recently did I start getting more actually serious into training, but it's been going pretty well so far, so I have some hope for it. So I'm going to be running the Indianapolis Monumental Marathon, and that's in November. So I have about 18 weeks to train. I'm following the Hansen's advanced marathon method. So again, this is kind of a risky decision because, I don't know if it's that risky, but it's just that this method doesn't have like a long run. The longest run is 16 miles compared to most plans, which have like a 20-mile long run. But my body remembers running 20 miles for my old marathon trainings, Well, I don't really remember it too much. My body definitely remembers. So I don't feel the need that I have to do the 20-mile long run. I think I like the idea of this plan in that it's about like cumulative fatigue and running on tired legs. I really like that idea, and I think that's going to work really well for me. And I think it kind of mimics even what I go through like post brain injury, just cumulative fatigue and running on a tired brain all the time. So and that deload, it's not even that great of a deload in this plan, honestly, but I know the deload will hopefully get me fresh and I'll just be feeling great for the race. I'll just quickly show like what I have laid out for the plan in Koros. So the first week, we're starting at around 41 miles. It's pretty much just all easy runs this week, as you can see, with one speed workout. The plan kind of quickly builds up through the 40s. Into week 7, we'll be hitting 50 miles. And then week 9, 56 miles. And I think the plan peaks at 62 miles at week 15. And then, like I said, that taper doesn't look great because you're just going down to 56 miles in week 16 and 54 in week 17. Like, I'm tempted to adjust the taper, but then again, I just kind of want to like try to trust the plan. The first week, you only have one speed workout, but by week 2, we're going to have our speed workout on Tuesday and then our tempo run on Thursday. And then throughout pretty much the rest of the plan, there will always be a tempo run on Thursday. And there will always be some type of speed workout on that Tuesday. But about halfway through the plan, it changes from a speed workout and goes into what they call a strength workout, which is just like, it's just longer intervals pretty much at a slower speed. So the strength workouts will be like 10 seconds under your goal marathon pace. So those will be done at around 6:19 a mile. And that'll start, I think, around week 10, like this 3 by 1600 meters, I believe, would be a strength workout. We're not doing, or like 6 times 1 mile in week 11 will be the strength workout rather than the speed workout. And so each one of those miles, I think, is going to be around like right here, 6 to 6:20. So really I'm aiming for around 6:19 if I want to be like exact with what the plan says I should do. Overall, that's the plan. That's the goal. Sub 250, trying to Boston qualify. And I'm going to take you through that journey. And I'm going to take you through the more deeper parts of that journey, like surviving this injury and how I do it without really ever feeling like someone that runs. I just wake up, I run, it's erased, I do it again and again and again. And I do that with everything now. It's the only way I can survive. Tomorrow, I'm just going to be doing my speed workout. So I'll take you along for that. And then the rest of the week is just easy runs. So I probably won't record too much of that. In the upcoming future, like in a couple weeks, I'm going to be taking a week off running. And that's going to be focused on I'm getting a treatment done in New York that can hopefully help my symptoms. I'm probably just going to film like me and my wife hanging out in New York, kind of like how that treatment's going. In August, we're going to Colorado, and that'll be really cool. So I'll film like what we're doing in Colorado. I know we're planning on going to like Garden of the Gods, Pikes Peak, doing a little bit of hiking, maybe going to like the Olympic Village thing. I don't know, we heard about that. It sounded cool. I'll be training out there as well. So it'll be like training at elevation, which will be kind of interesting. I've never done that. So there will be some more interesting stuff in the future rather than just like the monotony of the marathon training. We have some stuff to break it up. So yeah, stick around for the speed workout tomorrow and see you. All right, we're at the track today. Gonna do my first workout for week 1 of marathon training. So this is gonna be 12 by 400s, aiming for 5:45 a mile. So that's like 125 for 400 meters. Start with a 1.5 mile warm up and see how it goes. Feel like shit. My heart rate's definitely like way too high for a warm up. I'm already sweating. It's humid as hell, and I'm tired. So yeah, this is gonna suck. And there's like a bell in the background, which means, what the fuck? I've never heard that before, but kind of slaps. Got Michael's secret juice. The Space Jam reference. You ever seen it? Just finished my warm up. I'm already like covered in sweat. I feel like it's so humid out. Like, it's hot. But yeah, so this is probably gonna suck, but I'm gonna start the workout now, so. All right, so we just finished the speed workout and it was pretty rough. I felt really tired. I haven't really been sleeping that great, maybe like 4 hours a night. That's kind of one of the things that I've been dealing with a lot is insomnia, which sucks. No amount of melatonin or magnesium can combat it. I just hope that one night I will fall asleep and stay asleep. But yeah, during my warm up, I noticed my heart rate was like within like a couple of minutes up into the high 140s, and usually it stays with like to the low 140s on my longer easy runs. And I felt the effort and I felt like a lot of heaviness in my legs, so I knew it was gonna be kind of rough. It was also like extremely humid out. It had just like started pouring raining when we left to go to the track, and then it cleared up, but it just left that like sticky, nasty feeling in the air. But we pushed through it, and it ended up going pretty well. I hit all my reps at like 125 or less, so that's cool. And I'd say overall it was a successful workout. I still hate it, but it's only going to get harder as the weeks go on. This is only week 1. It's the easiest week, so Just gotta, stay positive. The next week is 8 times 600 meters. So for some reason, that one feels a little bit easier to me than the 12 by 400 meters. I think it's just like a little bit easier to run at that pace for an extra 200 meters for less reps than it is to like run for a shorter bit and do more reps. And you're like just constantly like up and down with your pace. I don't know, that just feels like way harder for me, because when I'm in those rests, like I kind of just want to stay in them for a little bit longer. But yeah, so like I said earlier, the rest of the week is pretty much just like easy runs. I'm not really gonna capture any of that stuff. And the 4th of July is coming up, so me and my wife are probably gonna hit some fireworks, and that'll wrap the week up. So yeah, thanks for watching. Denial is a major part of life after brain injury. It's a place that keeps you feeling in between worlds. You're stuck in this void where you're clinging to a fading memory of your old life, while failing to embrace the life you're left with. You're no longer anchored to a universe in which you can call home. You're floating between the familiar that starts to become less familiar, and the unfamiliar that you don't want to become familiar. I spent a lot of time in denial after my injury. I still do sometimes. I would say, this doesn't happen to people. This isn't real. I'm still the same. I'm just sick. I spent the better part of a year holding on to and trying to remember my way into being someone I no longer was. I spent all that time trying to revive a ghost, getting frustrated that I was failing, not realizing what I was trying to do was impossible. Every night I would hope that I was going to go to sleep and wake up back as the old me in my old life, and all of this would just be a nightmare I would forget. As time went on, I was only getting further away from that ever being true, and whether I liked it or not, I was being brought closer to something else. Acceptance.